Welcome to Games Tech and Geekdom. I'm Ryan. Today we're going to basically try and recover stuff we accidentally delete. Why am I doing this? Well, Microsoft recently released a new program to do this called Windows File Recovery. And so if you're on the currently 2004 version of Windows 10, then you have access to this utility. And where you can find this is actually in the Windows Store, and you can look for Windows, come on, Windows File Recovery, and it's going to be right here. Windows File Recovery. This is it. That doctor stethoscope uh, icon, and you can just click the Get button and install it right from there. Once installed, you can go ahead and go to your Start menu, and I'm going to go down here to see, where do they hide that? There it is, Windows File Recovery. That needs to run as administrator. So it's going to pop up the prompt to say, hey, run as administrator. Then comes this window. Now, the nice thing is, unlike most command line programs, Windows File Recovery is a command line program. Microsoft by default gives you instructions when you look at this. And there's a few different ways you can use this. In fact, there's even some advanced features you can get into. But we're just going to go with the most basics. I want you to show how this works. I want you to see how this works. It makes more sense if I say it that way. Anyway, what I did is I created a bunch of files here, and I put them right on a C drive in a folder called delete these. So there they are. I'm just going to go ahead and delete them. What I'm doing is I'm holding down the shift key when I go to delete these because I want to bypass the recycle bin. I just want them to go away. So there we go. Are you sure? Yep, I'm going to delete these 4 items. They're gone. Oh, wait, I really needed those. Oh, no. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Windows File Recovery. I'm going to say WinFR, just like they have in the instructions here, C colon, and then where do I want to restore the files to? On my D drive, I went ahead and created a folder here called D Recover. That way they'd have a place to go to. So D Recover. Then I want to say which mode I want to use. Well, what I want to use is the segment mode. So /R. But if I were to hit enter right now, it would scan my entire C drive looking for files. And that's going to take a while, and it's going to give me a lot of just junk. So I'm also going to hit /N to be a filter. And I'm going to say that file name, delete these. Now, this is why this is one of the reasons this is a little bit odd. You would logically think I'd want to give it the entire path right here, C colon / delete these. Nope, that's not the way they do it. They want you to say the entire C drive, where am I going, what mode am I using, and then what are my filters. I believe I don't necessarily need the /R. I think if I just do the /N, that works fine, but typing /R is not that big a deal to me, so I'm just going to do it. And at this point, all I need to do is hit enter. And it's going to scan the drive real quick, and it's going to say, we found this. Do you really want to do this? So where am I going from? Where do you want me to put this to? Notice it creates a subfolder here, recovery, and then the date, and I think the time. Yeah, the time. And then what the filter is. Now, I could have actually done an extension filter as well, as you see right here on this one, where I could have said I wanted all my, .avi files or all of my .txt files, whatever. I'm saying I want everything from that folder, so I went with more of this configuration. So that's why it doesn't have an extension filter here. And so I'm just going to say yes to that, and it's going to start scanning. Now, here's the thing with this utility. I'm not certain it's going to find anything, and I'm going to show you a better way as soon as this is done. The reason I'm not sure it's going to find anything is because what I'm pulling from is a solid state drive. And this particular utility, from what I've seen, what I've read, what I've looked at, is not reliable with solid state drives. Why would I show you a tool that's not reliable? Well, a few reasons. One, it's the one from Microsoft, and therefore, you should probably check this out. In fact, it's the first time Microsoft has ever made a file recovery utility like this, and that's kind of a big deal from them. There are others out there, and I'm going to show you one of my favorites, which is also free, that you can use, free for personal use. It's important to understand that free for personal use that you can use that is more reliable at getting this data back. So I'm going to pause the recording now so you don't have to watch this very slow and long process where it's going to scan my disk, find the files, and hopefully find the files and move them over. So I'll see you when this is done. Okay, so it has now run and finished scanning, done this, and now it says, do you want to view your recovered files? I'm going to say yes. And notice in this case, it actually didn't recover anything. Kind of annoying, right? Didn't find anything. Um, you might find your files here if it does work. In other times when I've run this, it found things and separated them out by file type, which was also annoying. It didn't just restore it like the folder it was. And so this is why I wanted to show this to you, because it technically works. In fact, if I run it again without the filter, I might end up with the result I want. So I'll do that again just real quick. Okay, so this time the utility actually did what it was supposed to do. You can see it's actually recovering files right now. The problem with doing it across the entire C drive is it literally is going to find every thing ever. And what I mean by that is like text files and temporary internet files and things that just, it's going to take forever to figure out what these are. And notice they're putting things in, well, we'll see in a minute how it's putting things, and it's just difficult to deal with. And so we'll wait here until this is done. And okay, this is still running, but it's restored enough that I can show you what it's done and why I don't consider this the best utility to really use. So create this other folder here, which is great, but notice it put things into really three categories. It's either a picture, document, a miscellaneous, or a picture. Go in the pictures, and it broke it at JPEG, PNG. If I'm trying to restore my everything from my C drive, I mean, this is not a way that's going to make it easy to find whatever it is I'm looking for. So really not the ideal solution. So I'm going to kill this here because there's no reason to let it keep running. And what I'm going to show you instead is a tool that for personal use I like to use. Again, this is for personal use, specifically for home use only. And it's completely free. It's called Recuva. And I'll put a link in the description. Go ahead and download this. Very small utility, only takes a moment to actually download and get. So let's save that real quick. And I'm just going to run that. And this doesn't take long to install at all. So we'll let that load here. And I want to stay right here. And in fact, I shouldn't even need that folder anymore. So we're going to install. Now I'm going to hit customize. I always hit customize whenever I install something, or custom, or whatever it says, because what I want to look for is if it wants to install something extra and I'm not seeing extra stuff it's going to install. So I'm going to hit OK. And we're going to run Recuva. You're going to see the difference here. I'm going to hit next. I want all files and from a specific location. Great. C, delete these. Next. And deep scan takes a lot longer. You only want to run this if the regular scan didn't work. So just go ahead and hit start. And it's going to scan. And unlike what I was doing with the Windows utility, even the first time around, notice I didn't pause anything. And it found one of the items that it can actually recover. If I run the deep scan, it would probably find more, but there it is. Recover. And I want to plug that into my recover folder, which is right here. And we're just going to dump that right there. And done. Okay. Recover one item. and that was the item. That's it. So definitely a easier utility to use, much quicker, and actually recovers what you're really looking for. So after doing all that, I went ahead and decided to just run the deep scan, just because I to show you that this is going to do these things. And we're just going to hit recover, and we're going to do exactly what we did before, right down here, recover, and recover, and there they are. There's whatever that, and yeah, there's the image. I don't even know if I actually had an image there. It was just junk, and there's the junk I typed in for the text. There's junk I typed in, and this was some video file I made back in January. I don't remember what it was, but yeah, probably at that size, I probably just started the recording and didn't actually do anything. But there you go. So it does work. That's how it works. The deep scan did find more, and that was kind of it. So it just took longer to run. Back to where I just was. So here. So if you do delete a file, even though Microsoft has the Windows File Recovery utility, I don't really recommend it yet. It's Microsoft's first version of it, and the standard rule from anything Microsoft is wait until version 3 because that's when it's actually going to work. Whereas Recuva has been around a long time. You'll want to use it. It's going to save you a lot of frustrations, a lot of headaches. So that's it for this episode of Games Tech Geekdom. I'm Ryan. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later.